It's time to check your money with wealth advisor Mike Jennings. Mike Jennings is a wealth advisor with Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial member SIPC. What's going on, Mike?
Oh, George, we're back. Well, I'm back after last time when Vicky had to swoop in and set us all straight.
I know that's right. Well, it's always good to have you and Vicky on and the information that you provide to the community to keep us all on point when it comes to our money. As a
Yeah,
matter of fact, go ahead.
I was gonna say honestly, this everything that's going on, it's too much for even the two of us. So,
Well, what's going on?
well, I wanted to come back on and kind of keep talking about the trends that we see happening currently with last time we talked about the 90-day tariff pause and just looking at all the indicators around the economy that just signal that something drastic or something that we can't just see outright might be happening here. Um, these are things that we see every day. But we kind of just it kind of just rolls over us and we kind of tend to not think about it. But honestly, these are just things that we have to pay attention to. We want to make sure that we are on it before the problem deepens and becomes worse and it kind of spirals out of control. So today, what I wanted to talk about was credit card usage. And I know that I've definitely talked about that on here before, but like I said, with some of these recent trends, this is just something that we just got to dive right back into. So overall, credit card debt has reached new highs as far as usage. So $1.2 trillion of credit is currently in use right now. So what does this mean, right? So most Americans are still in a tough situation and they are overextending themselves with credit because they feel that they need to, right? And we've spoken about why this is. So people tend to use credit as an extension of their cash availability rather than what it really is, which is a monthly revolving loan account that comes with, bells and whistles and things that you have to look out for. It's not just extra cash that you have and then you pay it off and then you got cash again next month. That's not how it works. It's a loan account and we have to start looking at it like that. Um, and in America, delinquent credit card accounts, specifically those that are 90-day past due, are the highest they've been since 2010.
Wow.
And many of you can remember what the economic situation was in 2010. I was a kid. I was still in school. But a lot of you out there that are adults that remember that time period can understand what I mean, right? So not only are more people using their credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
but more people are struggling with paying them on time.
Mm-hmm.
Other credit accounts, such as student loans, car loans, are also seeing a trend in increased late payments. So Americans are genuinely having an issue keeping up with their bills, and it's getting worse. Delinquent accounts, which are again accounts that have a 90-day balance 90-day past due, are a major impact on your credit report. Which has led to a decrease in the average credit score for Americans. Now, it's a slight decrease. It's like a couple points, but you have to think like how much it takes to move an average, especially when you're talking about over 200 million Americans that utilize credit, right? So even an average decrease by 2 points, that means something.
Mm-hmm.
So all the doom and gloom. Let's look at some ways that people can start tackling this issue
Yeah, you're
today.
Mr. You're Mr. Pride. You're Mr. Joy right now. Come on.
Well, it might not, this might not bring joy to people, but this is something we got to tackle. So,
Yeah, let's
number
do it.
one, pay your credit card on time. Pay your credit card bills. I can't stress how important that score is once you get into the credit card game. Um,
Can I ask you, Mike, though,
yes.
are you saying that when you say about the delinquency, 90-day delinquency, are
Mhm.
people 90 days even not paying the minimum payment? Is that what you mean?
Yes. So the
Oh, wow.
minimum. The minimum payment. So this is something that a lot of people kind of don't understand about credit cards. A lot of people don't understand how credit cards work, which kind of leads into this issue, right?
Right.
So your minimum payment, that is the minimum payment that you need to be considered up to,
Right.
hey,
On time. Yeah.
right, right. So when it comes to your credit, the credit bureaus, any account that is more than 30 days late is when it's really considered late. So technically there's a little grace period there, right? So let's say you missed your credit card payment. You have until that credit card payment is 30 days late before it's reported to the credit bureaus. So there's a little bit of grace there.
Right.
But like you just mentioned, people are struggling because there's a lot of credit card companies out there that I would just say are a little bit more aggressive than others. Once you miss that first that minimum payment by 1 day, they'll tack on that next payment too. So now you have to pay double
And and
to get
and
back to where you are.
and in some cases, a late fee,
A late fee as well. Sometimes it's
which
15. I've seen 29, 39, 40.
yes,
It gets up there.
right. And to your point, right? And then that becomes part of the amount due for
Exactly.
the next payment,
So now your $50 minimum payment just became $150.
just like that.
Just
And
like
then
that.
that, right,
One
right,
day.
right,
One
right,
day. So even if it's just that minimum payment, and that's another point too. A lot more Americans are now just paying that minimum payment. But what they don't understand is, if you do the math with the interest rates and everything, that minimum payment, you'll pay that balance over 3 times trying to pay that minimum payment.
right,
And
right,
yeah, exactly. So again, there's an issue of people just not understanding how credit cards work and credit interest as well. People look at that, they look at that interest rate number and they think, oh, that's what, the interest is, right? But really, that APR, that interest rate, that's being charged to your account every single day. That's how even people who people can end up still owing interest, even if they pay their credit card down or pay it
right.
off, because the time difference between that statement date and when that payment is posted, those days that can still add up interest on that balance.
The other thing that people should also recognize on the credit card payment is your purchases and your cash advance are two different rates of interest
Oh
at the
yeah.
same time, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you borrow cash, you're not only going to pay interest on the purchases, but you're also going to, so that's kind of double, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And from what I've seen, or all the cards I've seen, those cash advances, that's instant. That's
Right.
not over a period of time. That's an
No,
instant
right.
interest rate.
Just wanted to offer that.
Exactly. So, my advice, start paying those downs however you can.
Right.
I know some of you out there listening, you're fans of the snowball method, right?
Right. Right.
That's where you tackle the small accounts first, you build up those wins, and hey, if that works for you, then great. Um, I just want to throw in, maybe just consider with the high interest rate environment that we're seeing, some of you might fare better tackling the bigger accounts with the higher interest rates so that
Mm-hmm.
there's less balance on those accounts to be charged interest on. That's this. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But either way, whatever works for you, do it. Start doing it if you're not doing it, and keep doing it until you get to a better place. Um, and don't wait for your tax return to pay off your credit. Number one, number one, your tax return, that's just an interest-free loan that you're giving to the government every year. And then you're turning around and you're using that to pay down accounts with the highest interest rates of anything you can have. That makes 0 cents. 0 cents. So this isn't an issue that
and
will
and you can say pun intended.
uh, pun intended. That's right. This this isn't an issue that's going to solve itself overnight for anyone. But it's all about creating a mindset. That's what we do here. That's how we work
Mhm.
with our clients. We have to create a mindset with people and people with their finances where they can help themselves win, right? There's only so much that I can do, only so much that Vicky can do to motivate our clients. And obviously she has a lot more experience than I do. And, her word kind of comes with a little bit more weight behind it, right? But at the end of the day, it's the same process. You as an individual, you have to decide that your finances are a very important part of your life, and you have to decide that you need to have it under control. And like I said, even those little steps, if the snowball method works for you, that means that those little steps, those little wins that you can get, if those motivate you to get your entire financial picture in order, then that is 100% fine with me.
And
So,
yeah, go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead. I was
I was going to say, just thinking about that snowball method, just talking it out a little bit, right? So let's say you had a loan that you paid off, and it's $15 for that
Mhm.
credit card, and then you paid that off. You would then add that $15 that you were paying on that to the
Exactly.
next one,
Add it
and
to the
then
next.
right, and you may be paying the minimum payment on the other ones as you
Mhm.
do this, but then you
Hopefully.
keep adding, and so that all of the so that you don't, in other words, if let's say something's paid off but you still got balances, that's not
Mhm.
free money. Use
I
that
know.
money that you were going to
Mhm.
use until you pay off all of
Exactly.
your
Exactly. That's why
right.
it's the snowball. Like you roll a
Exactly.
snowball down the hill.
Right, right,
Those
right,
those
right,
those
right.
payments, once you're done with that balance, you tack that payment onto the next one. So now you're paying those off even quicker. So yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And like I said, if that works for you, then so be it.
Yeah,
Because
I got some things I got to take care of because I was thinking about that, and that's what I wanted to do. So I get back to basics. All right, what else you got?
so there you go. There you go. Well, I mean that's it. I just want
Okay.
to let people know if they want to get their finances in order, if they want to start tackling these things and really get your life overall in order. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a life coach guru, but everything that you can do in life, it probably has a financial element to it. So I can definitely help with that. So give your friendly neighborhood advisor a call at 315-748-5540, or send me an email at michael.jennings@brackensfsn.com.
All right, Michael Jennings is your friendly neighborhood advisor. He's a wealth advisor at Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC.